Did you know that the SP-404 Mark II has pattern chaining? Well, we're going to take a look at it today as soon as I shout out today's patron, and that patron shout out goes to Calvin Goring. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. Welcome to part 5 of my mini-series where I make a track from start to finish on the SP-404 Mark II. Today we are going to start working on the structure of our song by combining different patterns into chains of patterns, which is something that a lot of people don't actually realize the SP-404 Mark II can even do. But yeah, it can, and it's actually pretty good at it. It handles it in a bit of an interesting way where you're sort of limited, but also not really. So to get to pattern chaining, first you want to be in pattern select mode. So if you're not there, just hit pattern select. There you go. Then what you're going to do is hold the hold button, which isn't lit up, so I wouldn't judge you for not thinking that it didn't do anything here. But if we hold it down, now you can see we can select chains 1 through 16, which, yes, you get up to 16 pattern chains per project. So I'm just going to select pattern chain 1. Then I can release hold, and here we are in pattern chain 1. Now, as you can see on the screen, we've got a 4x4 grid, so you can actually chain up to 16 patterns per chain. So this is where we are going to start building the foundation of the song. I know I want pattern 1 to play twice, so I'm just going to press it twice. There we go. Slots 1 and 2 are both filled with pattern A.1. If I want to hear my pattern chain, I can simply press subpad. There we go. I can also use the enter knob here to scroll between my patterns. So next I want pattern 5, because I know that's when the drums come in. And I can actually tell it where to start by clicking in the enter knob depending on where I am, and then hitting subpad. And this one's 2 measures long. So I know that next I want to go to pattern 6, which is where the melody starts. And I want to do it again. Then I know I want pattern 9, I believe. And I can also leave pattern select and drum. Except I want to go back to it and pick my next scene here. Or pattern, sorry. So I'm going to go pattern 8. And again with pattern 8. And we'll go back to 6 with the melody. And if I want to stop, I can just hit subpad. So now, after the melody plays through there, we're actually going to do it twice. I want to check out pattern 10. And what is this one? Yep, that's what I want there. That's the B section with the electric bass that we recorded last time. And then I think I want 7. So let's listen to 7. Yep, and then I want 7 again. Then I think I want A13. Nope, I don't. So to delete, all I have to do is make sure that the pattern is selected that I want to delete with the little underscore, and then hit delete. Now it's gone. Now I know I want pattern 10 once again, and then I think I want pattern 4. And then pattern 4 one more time. Cool. So there's 16 patterns chained right there. Now remember, a pattern on the SP-404 Mark II can be up to 64 measures long, so you can actually have quite a bit of music in one pattern chain. But you can also switch to a different pattern chain at any time by holding hold and pushing the corresponding button. So let's add something in here to the start of pattern chain 2. Let's just send it back to A5 and then A1 twice. Okay, so we're going to start at the very last pattern, and I believe to chain between the pattern chains, all I have to do is start this one playing, and then hold, go to the pattern chain I want, and it should just automatically jump to it. So let's start here at the last pattern. Going to play it with subpad, hold, hit pattern chain 2. And yeah, now it says waiting. There we go, we're in the next pattern chain, just like that. Now you'll notice that it actually went back to the start of pattern chain 2. I don't want it to do that, so I'm going to hit remain to cycle through my repeat options until repeat turns completely off. Your options are all, which will repeat the entire chain, repeat current, which will repeat the current pattern, or off. And I want it off. So now should just end here. Yeah, awesome. And if I wanted to, I could even resample a pattern chain to one pad. So here in pattern select mode, I'm going to hit resample. I'm going to go to group B. We'll just put it right there in slot 1. Now, as far as I know, there's no like super easy way to do this. You kind of have to start a pattern and then start your chain. And it should be resampling right now. Just gonna hit resample. Go to B. Yeah, so as you can see, we do have to cut out that little bit from the beginning. But aside from that, it should just record as is. Remember, we can sample up to 16 minutes of audio per pad. So we should just be good right here. Turn off gate. Yeah. And that's where we stopped recording. As you can see, not quite the simplest thing, but if you can remember the steps, you should be able to resample a pattern chain, no problem, to one pad as long as the entire chain is less than 16 minutes. And I believe you can also resample chaining the different pattern chains themselves, if that makes sense. Like chaining them together. Okay, cool. So we have the basic structure of our song. What I want to do now is to write an entire drum part for it and then play that part in on my electric drum kit. That's going to be the next video that we do, and then we'll probably have one more part after that where we finish the song up. So be on the lookout for those. Hopefully you're enjoying this mini-series. Hopefully it'll make watching this song performed live a bit more interesting. I'm sure having a good time making it. I'll tell you what, I love doing these kind of song from scratch videos. They're just a lot of fun to make, and they really satisfy me as a musician. So yeah, hope you're digging it. If you are, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. That was weird. We'll see you next time. Bye.